harder to play a team when they're coming off a big loss like that, and they're more motivated maybe?
I mean, sometimes it is. Once again, I don't think that that's really like a big signal for anything. At the end of the day, we still got to do what we got to do, and it can mean something for that team negatively or positively. So for us, it's just worrying more about what we got to do to execute versus whether or not they'll have momentum or a lack thereof going into this one.
How much of a lift, if any, does having Jimmy back help this offense?
Well, yeah, I mean, for us right now, it's about working with whoever's in there. But definitely having Jimmy, he's somebody that's he's had the most experience with this offense so far of any of the other quarterbacks. So it definitely does something for us, and had a good practice today, and definitely excited to have him back in the lineup. So we're gonna go out there and try to make the most of every opportunity we get.
Like going into the season, we asked you so much about your relationship with him. You spoke highly of getting to know him as he was recovering and stuff. Now you've been through a few games. You've had some ups and downs. How has your relationship with Jimmy kind of progressed?
Still good. I mean, I always say Jimmy, he's not perfect. Nobody is, and he's done all the right things to make it easy playing with him as far as in the meeting rooms and taking accountability. There's been a couple of times where I've taken some shots and everybody's seen that, and the way he talks about it with me, it makes me feel a lot better after it. And it's not something that he's out there trying to do, but we just got to make sure we're taking advantage of every opportunity to do it the right way, so we can continue to build that relationship. It's not easy going out there, especially like I said, without the reps that I had with Derek going into the season. It was definitely an adjustment and something to get used to, but still looking forward to building with him.
As far as the offensive struggles go, is it too simple to say you should be more aggressive? Is that something you look at in terms of what you guys can do better going forward?
I mean, that's definitely a piece of it, but a piece of it is just executing the call. It's obviously something we can do to put ourselves in as best of positions as possible, but at the end of the day, we can't make excuses about the call. We're playing a similar brand of ball as last year, just executing at a much lower level, and that's something that we can do as players, and definitely things they can do as coaches to help us and put us in better positions, but we're all working at that together.
How hard is that to accept that, Davante, that you guys aren't executing at the same level?
It's frustrating, but it is what it is. You just gotta do something about it. You can sit there and cry and complain about this and that, but at the end of the day, that doesn't make you better as a team and come together as a team to be able to fix it. So you just got to be solution oriented and not just complaining and crying about things.
There have been rough offensive weeks this season, and you want to get into the film room and kind of critique it. How do you make sure that a week like last week isn't just kind of the same thing that we're hearing from other bad weeks, and that it rings more true, I guess?
It's a great question. That's what we're trying to figure out, and it's just about accountability from every single person in this building. I got to say, I got to make that play in the end zone, and I got to truly feel that way and do something about it the next time, and we got to take care of the ball better. And it's just a series of things that we have to make sure we hone in individually to improve. And if everybody takes that burden and that responsibility serious, then that's when things flip around, and you have times where the Raiders a few years ago won those 5 games to get into the playoffs, and so all you need is an opportunity to get in the show, and at that once you got a chance at it, we long ways from that right now. We still building, but that's the idea, so that you can in essence turn it around.
Is it more frustrating because when you look around, like, why are we in this position right now, considering the talent that's here?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm frustrated every week, and that's why you see the frustration after games. It wouldn't be the same if we had not a good staff and we didn't have a good roster, but we have that. So we just got to figure out what it is to what to run that best suits what we're doing, and anytime whatever's called, we got to go out there and find a way to make it work. And that's what we did last year, and we didn't win every game, but we were much more efficient on offense than what we are now. So the more people can lock in on ways to fix it and fix their part, then the whole thing will come together.
When you look at the tape, is it as complex, or do you kind of see the answers there on tape?
Yeah, we see it. It's just about doing it. I mean, football is not about how good you are. It's about how good you play. So when you have the opportunities, you get that one-on-one, sure, you can say on paper, 17 is supposed to beat this guy, but if I don't do it consistently, well, then we got a problem, Yeah, we want certain matchups, but when you get them, you got to do something about it. You get zoned, you got to be able to adjust. Part of what we do, the coach's job is to give us the looks that we are anticipating throughout the week, and that's just one of the ones, you know, like it's to try to give us the best opportunity to go out there and see what the game is going to look like. And a lot of times it's not going to be that because they're just giving you what the numbers say. I don't say that they got to do the same thing every time. So, you know, our part as players is to go out there and make it work and, you know, assess what the coverage is and find a way to make every play work. And we have good plays. We just got to make sure we have good execution.
Not to point any fingers, but isn't that true right on down the line to whatever position we're talking about?
100%. I mean, it's from every position in the building. I mean, the general manager, the head coach, you know, the strength coach, everybody plays a role in this thing. And, you know, obviously the players play the biggest role. So that's why I say at the end of the day, I'll never sit here and point fingers and say, we got to call better stuff. We got to, you know, have this or we got to have that. At the end of the day, when the play comes in, it's time to do something about it. And that's how football goes. You don't get to call plays when you're a player. Cool.
Jimmy, I know you've dealt with injuries in the past, but I'm not sure you've done the start, stop kind of thing that you're going through right now.
Yeah.
How frustrating is that?
It's different. I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. Every season's kind of unique. I've learned that just throughout the years that it's never going to go perfect, but you got to make the best of the situation. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just got to roll with the punches, man.
In that Patriots game, did it feel like you were things were starting to, it felt like, or looked like anyway, that things were starting to come a little bit more with more fluidity? Did it feel like that to you?
Yeah, we were definitely in a good rhythm. I mean, it's an unfortunate, you know, situation, but you know, we still got the win. Got to bounce back this week, though. Going to Detroit Monday night, it'll be a hostile environment, but we're looking forward to it.
How's the back? How's the injury? Where kind of are you at with that?
Feeling good. I felt good out there today throwing it around. Don't want to get into too many specifics, but overall feeling pretty good.
This last game, you were actually present even though you weren't playing. What do you pull out of a game differently when you're on the sidelines than, say, the Charger game when you were at home watching on TV?
Well, you're in it. You know, you get the feel of what's going on, the situation of the game. You get to watch a little bit of the defense, you know, once we get talked through our stuff. But, you know, it's a weird feeling. I don't enjoy it by any means, but, you know, it is what it is. And like I said before, you got to make the best of the situation. So that's what I was trying to do, help the guys out in any way I could. And, yeah, just now trying to get ready for Detroit. And, you know, it's a big one this week for us.
It sounded like when you were injured, there was a lot of fear from the organization, at least, about what could have happened. Were you scared? Was that a fearful situation for you? Or?
It was different. Yeah, it was different than any injury I've had. You know, thankfully things worked out. Feeling good, but yeah, we're in a good spot now.
When you look at Monday night, obviously Aiden Hutchinson, from your standpoint, somebody you're going to be seeing coming at you. What are your thoughts on what you've seen on him on tape?
Very talented, man. Very talented. Guy's got a motor that just doesn't stop. So, you know, tip your hat to him. He's a good player. We're going to have to, you know, scheme it up for him, get him blocked and handle that. And I think that's where it all starts. Their front's talented, starts with him. And once you get that handled, then you can start attacking different parts of them.
When you look at the offensive struggles this season, is it too simple to say you should be more aggressive as an offense? Is that something that's I'm sure you guys talk about?
I think there's always a place for that. There's never one thing that's like, hey, if we fix this, you know, we'll be good. And everyone wants it to be like that and be a quick fix. That's kind of the world we live in now, but it's not like that. I mean, it's a process. You got to assess different things. Players have to play better. Coaches have to coach better. I mean, it's all of us. So it's just, you know, we're in it together, though. We got a good group of guys in there, tight-knit group. Guys that came to work today and came with the right mindset. It was pretty cool.
How close do you get the sense then, Jimmy, that you guys are actually close to getting over that hump thing? 'Cause there's been a lot of starts and stops and backfires and things like that for this offense.
Yeah, I mean, that never makes it easy going through what you just said. But you know, it's our job to, you know, fix it and get it right. So if it'll happen this week, next week, I don't have an exact answer for you. But I mean, we're trying everything we can, man. It's and like I said, we got a group in there that's willing to do it. Go through the hard stuff, go through the growing pains together, and that's what it takes. It's not going to come easy to us, but you know, we know what we signed up for.
Well, sorry, I'm down here. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
You've been on teams that, you know, kind of started slow and then they string together a number of wins in the middle of the season and make the postseason. What does it take for a team to turn it around mid-season and get hot?
I mean, I've been on a couple different ones. It's not always the exact same. I think, like I just said, it starts with the guys in that locker room, though. I mean, when we could all come in and speak the same language, see the same picture, really be on the same page with one another, that's when you could really start taking things to the next level. And just my little experience in the NFL, I mean, that's what it takes. You got to be in it together. You got to be pulling for the guy next to you. You can't be doing it for different reasons. And I think, you know, we got a good group in there. Guys are learning that about each other. You know, this team hasn't been together forever, but we got to learn quick and come together.
One of the hot topics last few weeks has been Davante targets. How do you deal with that? Is that always in the back of your mind? Or you think about getting him the ball a certain amount of times, or just take what the defense gives you?
Whenever you got the best receiver in football on your team, it's always in the back of your mind, man. I mean, I know where he is on every play from the moment I got here. I mean, it's a luxury that we have is, you know, being the quarterback here. You get a guy like that on your team, you want to know where he's at. You want to know that he wants the ball. So it's always in my mind. But, you know, we got a bunch of playmakers on this team, man. So I'm trying to get all of them the ball, just trying to play point guard and, you know, feed them the rock.
Good.
All right. Thanks guys.
Thank you.